much as we could. Oh wow, that was fast. It said Hangouts is live like 2 seconds after I clicked start broadcast. But I don't see it spinning up over here because I'm kind of curious if I got the mute right. But it's still not happening. If anybody's watching, hey, what's up? It's Drone Therapy. We're not really giving it titles. That's why we call it freestyle. So I'm going to look over in the chat, and I don't really see any chat going on yet. So me and Ron going to talk probably about that new big announcement today. What was the name of it? What's the title of it, Kyle?
Well, man, I forgot already too. I'm such a DJI expert. I can't remember the names of their events.
Well, it's probably up in every Facebook group on the planet. Unleash Your Other Side. Breaking DJI releasing action camera on May 15th. Okay, so I caught a little crap earlier in the Facebook group. Somebody was like, see, I told you it wasn't going to be a Spark 2. And I was like, well, yeah, we knew that it was going to be a camera because Rick was on the show a couple of weeks ago. And then a couple of weeks before that, he was on Bill's show. And he very clearly said, I can talk about whatever you want to about drones, but I cannot talk about anything optical, meaning a camera. So we pretty much already knew a couple of weeks ago that the leak about the action camera was true. So the only other thing is what? Going to be waterproof like GoPro 7, let's say about 50 meters. And it's going to pretty much have to have equal in stabilization or be better. And going to have a better color profile. What all else? What do you think, Ron?
Well, I mean, I'm not a diver. I don't know how deep professional divers or talented amateurs want their how many meters they want their action camera to go down. So like you said, if it could top the depth of what the GoPro could do, again, I don't know how important that is to people to dive, but yeah, I'm still rattling my head. Like exactly, it's got to have the same hyper smooth stabilization. If it's not as good, then they got a problem. I could think of maybe a bigger sensor. Do you think it could have a bigger sensor than the Hero?
Well, Bill's talking about he's already.
Could they possibly make a 1-inch sensor GoPro knockoff?
That would be very nice. And Bill was talking about that. He said he got more breaking news. You see Marcus in the chat, Mr. Gauze in the chat, Floyd Mott's in the chat, John Coopy, like Cooper, not Cuppy, Coopy, like DB Cooper, but it's John Coopy, John C. Coopy, isn't it? I think. So anyway, yeah, Coopy. Otherwise, we could just, if we're going to keep calling him Cup, let's just call him Tin Cup, and we can do it like kind of like Kevin Costner movie, and we'll just call him Clang. So, well, why do they call him Clang? It's when he's hitting a white post with his drone. Clang.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, Tin Cup's awesome. Yeah, got to have one other feature than Hero. Okay, Bill's saying, so it's going to have another feature that Hero doesn't have.
Hey,
I'll be honest with you, Floyd Mott. I'm telling you right, or Floyd, is it Moats or Motts? Would you say Moats?
I always say Moats, but I'm not sure.
Okay, tell us which one. Okay, is it okay? We'll say Moats is 1, Floyd, and Motts is 2. So you just give us a 1 or a 2, so we'll know.
While we're waiting, Bill, let's go back to something we talked about 6 months ago. What if this what if this DJI action camera fit on a DJI drone that was removable? Like what if they release a waterproof drone and the camera goes on and off?
Well, that would be awesome, but I think everybody's right. And since they're not really, this is not a big publicized event, and not a bunch of people are going to it. There's not a bunch of invitations going out and stuff. I figure it's just going to be an announced event. They're going to pitch it out. It's going to be like, for the summer thing. And Bill and I were talking earlier today. If there's going to be a drone that comes out, it's going to have to be in people's hands very soon. So if you figure they got this action camera coming out now, say we got May 15th. Okay. And then you're going to have let everybody drop their videos that week and get all the hits off of that. And then their follow-up video that week. So, and then you can hit them with the drone. So that's going to put us at the 1st of June. So you give them 5-6 weeks of testing. That's going to be the end. So they're going to have to if we don't hear our big channels saying, I can't speak of any new drones as I'm under NDA within the next month, then we're probably not going to get a new drone this year. And even though, and I'm going to tell you this point blank, everybody's telling me that I should just shut up and fly what I got.
Right.
This is exactly the same conversation that went on when I bought my Mavic Air. And everybody's like, you should just fly what you got. Don't be waiting on a new drone because you'll never know. And then the next thing I know, here came Mavic 2 Pro. Bam, right in my face.
Okay, Bill, I want to pause you for a second. Okay, here's my question. Not whether we're going to see a new drone this summer from DJI, but do we need to see another drone from DJI this summer? Do we need one?
I do, if you want my money.
But seriously, what?
No, we don't need any more drones. We just need new cameras for them.
What holes in the DJI lineup that requires filled by a new drone?
Nothing.
So if they didn't release a drone this summer, there's still the Kings.
Right.
They still have a drone for everybody out there.
No. Here's the thing. I'm going to buy a drone this summer, and unless DJI puts out a new drone, I'm going to buy a pair of Denofi.
Well, going to hold you. Will you hit the buy button right on the air?
Yeah, I will.
Even if we're in summer hiatus, I still want to do a special show where you hit that button on the air.
Hey, no problem.
And Marcus has to be on too.
No, wait. I'll do. It'd be really cool if by some strange chance by my birthday I had 1,000 subscribers. I'd live stream going to Best Buy and buying it right there.
Wow. I may fly out to Seattle and go with you.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we go by. Yeah, and then and it'd be even better if we could like charge it and then fly it later. That would be really cool.
Maybe you could get Best Buy to pre-charge it for us.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Go by the night before, tell them what we're going to do, and say, okay, we need to get this out. We need to charge it, but we're still going to come in and buy it the next day and pretend we're going to buy it the next day. That would be good.
That would be the video to end all videos.
So, but anyway, I've kind of wandered off because we were talking about that. Yes, action camera.
Bill, you need it. Do you need a new action camera? There you go, Bill. You need a new action camera.
No. I mean, I was considering the GoPro 7 because I mean it's ultimate. What do you want me to say? And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of an odd time for DJI to jump into the action camera genre.
Well,
when GoPro has came out with the action camera.
But remember, summer is coming up, and the pocket's not waterproof, correct?
Huh?
Summer is coming up.
The pocket's not waterproof. They're having trouble with that case.
Yeah, but water activities are going to start soon. They're going to get their cameras around water. And what camera is better if you drop it in the lake?
Yeah, GoPro. But that's what I'm trying to say. Is they're going to have, just because I'm loyal to the brand of drones, I like the product. Everybody knows I can't stand the service, and DJI Select is only set up for you to purchase before you buy any product. So any of you out there, buy DJI Select before you buy any drone. That's what it's set up for. Otherwise, it will not benefit you minimal. I mean, it's saved me about as much as it cost me, about $45. And I can't wait to see what my birthday present is. What a DJI hat. So I might have benefited by $15-20. So, but okay. Anyway, I was going to say, like I said, this is freestyle. I was trying to look into chat.
Who do we have out there now? We have Marcus out there, Idaho Quadcopter. We got the drone reviewer. We got Floyd still with us.
Floyd said, okay, so wait a minute. Not Mott's. Wait a minute.
He said one or two.
He said one, but what did we say one was?
Moats is one. Mott's is two.
I thought we'd already forgotten.
Thank you, Floyd Moats.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, Mike just got in here.
Mike's here?
Yep. Mike just hit the door. He said, bartender, fill me up.
Welcome, Birdman. Welcome, Birdman Cruise. Mike, did you whoop today, Mike?
Told the bartender to hit him with some lipo juice.
Hey, show Mike your lipos, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Batteries for Mike.
Yes.
Look what Bill got in, Mike.
John Coopy, I told him, I said, I don't think they're going to be here till tomorrow. John found me a good deal on Tiny Hawk batteries. mean, they're not Emacs, but they got the extended tab. Look at this, a 5-pack. I think I got 5-pack for $14. Yeah.
Hey, people, drone exchange program also includes batteries.
Do what now? Who proves
Drone
batteries?
exchange program also
Oh, drone exchange program. I don't know battery. I don't think that would be a good. Yeah, I'll tell you when. Give me about 6-8 weeks and I'll exchange batteries with you.
Oh, hey, drone pool. Dan's in the house.
Yay, cool. Good to see. Okay, now we kind of got off track for a bit because, like I said, we were going freestyle, but there was some. I did have some things I want to talk about. First, I had this idea. Of course, now I spoke to John Coopy, and apparently I wasn't the first person to have this idea. They had tried at a place in New Jersey. I know of another place on the East Coast. I'm not going to say where it is. That is private property on Indian land. Okay, and my idea was our biggest issue. We've got people griping all the time. I don't want you looking in my house. So I was trying to think of a place that we could go to where we wouldn't bother anybody. So I was like, we need a drone park. So what kind of a place would be good for a drone park? A ski resort, because usually in the summertime there's no snow. So they don't always have that. Some places will have mountain biking and stuff like that, but they may not be all the way at the top of the mountain. So you can ride people up on the chairlift, have them lift off from the top of the mountain and get some of the most spectacular views you're going to see anywhere. Wow. Plus, the ski resort's going to have access to those aerial views. They can see where they've got damage. They can see where they need to do repair work. They can plot new trails. So it's a win-win for them. And you're going to benefit by using the whole thing. Like a lot of them will have concerts and stuff at the foot of the mountain. Again, as long as you keep your people tied to the top of the mountain, or during the week when you don't have an event going on, you're still bringing in revenue. The drones are not being a menace to anyone, and you're getting some incredible views and footage.
It's a win-win as far as I'm concerned.
So just what do you all think of that one? That's an idea there.
Yeah. Who has ski resorts close by? I'm in New Jersey, which is kind of flat, so we don't have any ski resorts in New Jersey. Maybe very upstate western corner, but for the most part, New Jersey's all flatland.
John was saying that they were trying to repurpose a ski resort, but the issue was getting the insurance. And my whole point all along is like, what is that? What's the online drone insurance we can get?
Yeah. You mean, do you have an app for it? You just
yeah, it's an app. I mean, Ken Heron uses it too. Okay.
Keep talking. I'll find it. I have it on here.
Yeah.
Verify.
Yeah. Verify. Yeah. So basically they would come in, we would have a contract with Verify. Each person would sign the contract with Verify. They would pay them a fee. We would get the subsidiary fee. They would lease our airspace for a certain period of time. Bam, 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 bam. Insurance done. And the individual is responsible, not just the person. Now, John was pointing out, what's going to happen if somebody goes up high or sneaks off and goes rogue on you and tries to run off here. So then you just set it up so that there's severe fines and there's ways to connect to their bank account if that happens. And then, and make sure that they understand they're responsible for the people in their party that pull that also, because we're trying to find a place that we're, it can be harmonic or whatever, I guess you're saying.
Right. Where nobody's going to get filmed. They don't want to get filmed, and nobody's going to complain about buzzing because they're flying themselves. All the complaints go away.
And there's one place near me. It's probably about 3 miles away, I guess. And it you have to join the local AMA, and you have to pay your yearly membership to the field. So what, your yearly to the AMA is like $75. Okay, well, they want another $150 a year for me to join this RC group. And then the drone field is just kind of a box way over here in the corner, and then the model airplane field is absolutely humongous. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, man, I'm pretty sure I could keep up with the plane. Why can't I go over to that big field? And what is the deal here? You know, and I'm like, well, they're instantly, and people are always talking about how they tend to lean more towards the planes and the helicopters than they do drones.
I've heard the same thing.
And it's very obvious by the look of this field. I'll try to get the map of the field and I'll post it, because I mean I'd love to do it, and maybe it's just that they have to lease the field, or they're renting the land and it costs them that much a year. But I'm just trying to figure out why you would need that kind of money. Maybe, you know, maybe they pay to have it mowed and manicured, because I've never been over there, so I don't know for sure. But to me, to have just a little square block that's all I can fly in, and I got to pay $150 a year plus the other 75 on the AMA, and I'm like, and these little fields are kind of everywhere around the country. And so I'm thinking, okay, if they can come up with a way for us to fly drones on that property, then I'm pretty sure we can fly in a ski resort.
Right.
So
right.
there's got to be a way for all that to work out. Now, the other thing that I was wanting to a couple other things I was wanting to talk about is this. As of lately, I've noticed that, and I brought this up before, we got to get past this. Everybody thinking that they're more important than the rest of us. I'm looking right here in the camera. The only thing I'm an expert at is I know that I'm an expert at loving drones. That's about all I can say I'm an expert at. I love playing with, photography and videography, and I love learning about drones, but I'm not an expert, and I don't know anybody who is. The only people that I know are experts are the people in the labs at DJI and at Autel and Hubsan that are designing all this stuff, and people that are smart enough to understand it. But everybody else is just people that are YouTube celebrities that are pushing a product. It's just a big commercial thing, which is cool. That's fantastic, and we all want to be important, but I'm not going to try to step on anybody to make myself more important than anybody else. I'm just going to try to be Bill and let that be what they think's important. And if they don't, then I'll kind of sulk back over here in the corner and be all upset. But anyway, I'll still hang out, but it's not like this. We got to get past all this. And I've seen people coming into live streams and they're like jumping on people and they're saying, you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to do this. And I'm like, we all learn our own lessons in life. That's what makes us who we are. We don't need 10, 20, 30, 40 other people who have problems in their lives telling us what we got to do to fix ours. We usually pay top dollar to go do that to a psychiatrist or something. I don't need somebody on YouTube that's going to tell me everything I need to do to make my channel right. I'm a creator. I create stuff that I like, that I think is good and makes me happy. That's my therapy part of it. That's why I call it drone therapy, because it kind of gives me a release. That's it for me. I've seen too many people saying, you got to do your channel this way, you got to do your channel this way, you got to do your channel this way. And I'm like, fine, if that's what you want me to do, then you need to have 1 million subscribers. You need to be making all kinds of money to prove that you're the one that can tell me all this. Otherwise, you're still just pushing your product and I'm pushing mine. I'm not trying to force mine on you like you're trying to force it on me. We all got to get past this stuff. Let's all just hang out, have fun together, man. Drones are fun. They all work the same way, pretty much. They all got a little controller with 2 sticks on it, pretty much the same. They all got usually 4 propellers. Some of them got 6, some of them got 8. Yeah, I know, but usually they got 4. They all work the same way. They all pretty much do the same kind of tricks and stuff. Why are we all trying to beat each other up to be the one that, Mr. Drone Guy? I just don't see it anymore. So it's just okay. Here's my rant of the day. So let's get this one out of the way too. I've met a lot of cool people on here, and I was talking to Ron about this exact subject before we went live. There's a ton of channels on here that tell you, here's how you got to be successful. Here's what you got to do to your channel to be successful. You got to do this, you got to do this. Those are simply YouTube infomercials, because they're telling you how to make your channel more productive for YouTube. Where in the hell is creator in any of that? I'm really a creator, and I've seen there's people on here that can do both that I've seen it, and but the only problem is I've seen it sucking him dry too. Ken Dono is really starting to figure out how to walk that line, and be both 1 foot in the community and 1 foot in the professional world. But if you look at him, it's taking a toll on him. And Ken, you need to try to rest a little bit more, buddy. You really do, because I'm worried about you anyway. But Billy, Rick, Kelly, all those people are really trying to walk that line because they know how important the consumer is to the drone industry. And they know that's how it's got to be. So they're not on here telling you this is the way you need to do you got to change your background. You got to change the way you make your videos. Well, then I'm making what you tell me to. I'm not creating anything. I'm not a creator anymore. I don't want to make what YouTube tells me I got to make to sell something. And if I want to wear my hat, because I told my friend I would wear my hat every time I was live, then I'm going to wear my hat. That's just me. And I've turned, okay, I don't want to say that. I've walked away when I've had different issues with people that had 10 times bigger channels than me, because I'm not here to be the humongous channel. I'm not going to lie to you and say that's not what I want, or I wouldn't be happy if it happened, but that's not my goal. I'm not going to have somebody saying, hey, you need to be this way in order to achieve your goals. Then I'm not creating anything anymore. I'm not being true to myself. I'm not making something I'm happy with. And it seems like that's part of why we're fighting with each other, because we're making videos that we think are going to appeal to the YouTube universe, but we're not making ourselves happy. You're putting out a video that you're just bleeding yourself dry on, trying to put everything into it to make everybody out there happy with, but you're killing yourself inside because you're not happy with what you're making. But the whole point is none of us can become the creator that we can be unless we try to actually create. Okay, and that's going to take me into my final rant of the evening is you don't need to be the first one to jump on information and make a video, because sometimes it bites you in the butt. And sometimes people are trying to give you tough love and just say, try a little something different. Y'all have heard me on here a million times. The biggest reason I don't make a lot of videos is because I kind of get sidetracked with another million different things going on here. And lack of a better word, I'm lazy as far as YouTube is concerned. So it's not my forefront. It's not my goal. But talking about drones every week is something I love to do. I was craving to fly today, but my wife wants to put in a new patio and stuff and some other stuff. So even though it was gorgeous outside, I might try to sneak out and fly a little bit, but that's what I'm talking about. Why can't let's all give everybody a big drone hug and all get along and everybody be happy and everybody be positive and progressive in everybody's drone chats. Let's not come into somebody's drone chat and start cutting them down every 2 seconds and saying, this is wrong, that's wrong, the other's wrong, the other's wrong. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing? Okay, if that's what you think, why don't you come on live on your channel and point out what you think about everything? And then when you get all upset because 15, 20 people are telling you you're bananas, you'll understand what it feels like. That's why I made drone therapy, because there's so many different situations and events that seem to evolve from this sport that we all end up just having to go fly to feel better. And I thank you so much, Ron, for allowing my roughly 20-minute therapy session for myself. Was there anything you would like to add to my rant?
Well, I'll just make some real short points. Yeah, I totally agree with most of what you said. And to me, a good YouTube video isn't one that has a great thumbnail and has a card on the side and all the stuff that YouTube wants you to do to play their algorithms up higher. I mean, I don't do this stuff just because, just like you said, it's all cookie cutter. It's all YouTube just telling you to do the cards and the outros and intros or whatever. That to me, that's not being creative. That's just following, somebody else's game plan, and I don't want to follow somebody else's game plan.
Yeah, exactly. I want to make something that makes me happy. Like when we went to see the tulips, and I made the photo screensaver or whatever with the Oriental music. That was just what I kind of, it hit me. That's what inspiration I got, and it didn't come from somebody talking to me live on a YouTube stream. It didn't come to me from what top 10 videos will get the most hits on YouTube. It was just me hanging out with my family and my grandkids, and it's what I felt. And so that's what I created. And that's what I keep feeling like we're getting away from with all this bickering and fighting and stuff amongst each other. Because, hey, I'll be the first one that's going to jump up on the house and scream if DJI calls me and says, if you sign this NDA, we're going to send you a drone. I'd probably be the last one, because I probably couldn't keep from telling everybody. But who knows? They might like that, man. They may like, well, man, everybody's kind of getting a kick out of it. I don't know. But yeah, it would be really cool. And it would probably be hard for me too. I'd probably just be, you'd see me and I'd be like, we'd be doing a live stream and I'd be like, and everybody like, Bill, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, man. I just can't talk about anything. What do you mean you can't talk about it? Never mind.
You say, I can talk about movies.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What happened to drone therapy? Can't talk about drones. Can't even mention drones. My sponsors might get mad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. That particular little thing was wrong. And I'm sorry. So if that person hears this, I'm sorry. That was wrong. Anyway.
Bill, what's up now? Some new people in the chat room.
I'm being attacked by the phone.
We got Jim in here with us now. We know Birdman is in here.
Just for a second.
We got John in with us still. Jordan says Jerry's in here with us. Floyd's still hanging in there with us. Marcus is still in here. I mentioned Thomas, I think, is already in here with us tonight. Art's in with us. Lynn's here with us now. I think I got everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. And if anybody has any comments on any of Bill's rants, please, even if you don't agree with Bill, agree, disagree, doesn't matter. This is a free channel. If you disagree, let us know how you disagree, and we'll work through it. Right, Bill?
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're calling it freestyle. Tonight, the chat's what matters, okay? Ron Brown, did you ever order the Mavic 2? Thomas O'Sullivan has asked.
Well, maybe. Hey, one comment real fast, Bill, about you talking about all the strength of the drone community. Please, let's not turn the drone community into the political community. We already have all that. I don't care what party you are. We have that bull crap down in Washington on both sides. And we don't need to bring that to the drone world or whatever. It's kind of the same stuff going on. And I said my maybe answer was a reply was almost a political thing where they asked the people in those hearings and they always say, well, maybe.
Well, I guess what kills me is when somebody else says, oh, you need to do your channel this way. And then the whole point is if I do it the way you tell me, then I'm not creating anymore. You're creating. The guy who's telling you what to do is creating. If you change your channel around and do it the way somebody else, because I was sitting here, like I was talking to you when I was talking to you earlier on. Okay, you've got TubeBuddy free, for $19.95, you get free access to pro bundles with free, flagging and comments and pinning and da-da-da-da-da. And then if you want to, you can step up and go to TubeBuddy Pro Plus for only $49.99 a month. And they'll actually preload pre-made videos for you that you don't have to worry about, that are edited to the perfect YouTube algorithm. And then for only $1,484 a month, you get the TubeBuddy Pro Plus with the guaranteed 1 million view a day videos. I mean, it's marketing, guys. These are all those, and there's some channels, some people out there that I really like these people, but I've noticed that these channels, when they start to grow, they've just started to decide that Okay, we're going to pick and choose who we think need to be the next YouTube stars. And I'm like, but none of this has anything to do with creating, man. This is all manipulation and control. And I'm like, YouTube wants that. You're doing exactly because we're all making that perfect little commercial drone channel for all the Amazon and Autels and DJIs, just like they want us to, or the clothing channels or the cooking channels, or, whatever. Then they're all, that's why, because that's what those channels are. That's free advertising for YouTube. When they come out and say, this is how you're going to build your channel when you follow this, and they start talking about the YouTube algorithm and the YouTube demographics, because you notice that YouTube's involved in all of that. So they get all this free advertising. So of course, those are the channels they're going to push the most, because they want you to believe that mentality. But if you want to be a creator, then create. Kenny Cardoso, now there's you a creator right there. Cardoso Media.
It's very cinematic videos.
Oh God.
We got True Drone Reviews in the house with us now. Brian Singleton's here.
Oh, cool. Glad to see you, Brian.
Sir.
Well, he kept posting. That's when I asked. I sent him a text the other day. I was like, because he was posting stuff about the Mavic 2, and I was like, did you get a Mavic 2 Pro? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, okay, I thought you, because he would post stuff like he was going to review soon. So I was like, well, maybe. But
Floyd says I'm under NDA about the Mavic 2. That's why I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I got you. No. I see. I'm under NDA about a certain small drone that I can't talk about. Yeah. Right.
I'm under NDA about an action camera I can't talk about.
Yeah, there you go.
One that fits on a drone.
Oh, there you go.
Go underwater, and the whole kit could go underwater.
And it happens to do with the company that runs with DJI.
I cannot say. Say no more. And
albuterol.
Bill's dealing with a little bit of allergies here, so pardon him, and I'll go back to the chat room. Marcus is in here. He's saying I'm under NDA about the Hubsan Advanced.
Oh, I see John. Wait, I don't know if John ever got to see him. John, did you get to see him yet? They actually came. All 5 of these. Woo.
Well, Bill, guess what I got coming via the Drone Exchange program?
Didn't you Brian exchange something?
Yeah, Brian said be a drone, and he says it flies better than the DJI Tello.
Oh yeah. The Mambo. I think the Mambo is where the Tello came from.
Okay.
I honestly do. I think the Mambo is where the Tello came from. Because does the Mambo have optical flow?
Yep. And he says it flies a lot better. And he said when the Mambo reaches its max distance, it won't drop to the ground. It'll just stay there and hover and then land when the battery dies.
Oh. They need to do that with the Tello.
You know, Brian lost his Tello in a tree last year when he first got it. He had to climb a tree twice to get it down, I think.
Yes, I'm under NDA, but I will go ahead and show you the new Cheerson CXOF Pro.
Are you sure that's not the new DJI drone?
No. This is the new Cheerson CXOF.
Hey, people, that's the Phantom 5 in his hand.
Yes, with interchangeable lenses.
It's got OcuSync 3.
That was the other thing, Ron.
Camera.
That was the other thing that because we talked about, we were going to bring up about the speculation videos will bite you in the butt, and we can understand when people get upset when it seems like every time news drops, somebody makes a new video about it. What would be really cool is if you find out drone news, just send everybody to where you found it. Because that's usually what I do when I post stuff in Coast to Coast Drones. I don't make videos and stuff about it. I just post links to where I read the news. Because those are the people who actually went out and busted their butt and talked to the people and went and visited people and did like reporting type stuff and got the news. You know, so that's why I always try to give those people the credit for it. I think that's kind of what some people are griping about, and what they're saying is, you know, and then sometimes like it seems like there was a rumor a few weeks back about maybe that there was going to be an Osmo Pocket Pro, and we've pretty much figured out now that it's going to be the action camera. We just don't know the complete specs, and of course everybody's curious. So it's either got to blow GoPro out of the water or it's going to fail. Is what I say. I don't see how it's going to make.
You want me to check the specs on my ND8 DJI Hero 8?
Oh, did you see this? Oh, yeah, your NDA for Hero 8. Yeah, already under.
Yeah, True Drone Reviews has his FIMI A3 on the way. It's in Hong Kong.
They're actually shipping it now. They had to build it 10 times before they sent it to him.
Of course, the FIMI A4 will be out before he gets the A3 in his hands.
Yeah, but what we were talking about, remember, we were talking about speculation is good because drone manufacturers can go out and watch these speculation videos, and that gives them a clue as to what kind of features the consumer wants for a new model, rather than the actual manufacturer coming out and saying, okay, well, what would you all like? Okay, Hudson, for example, say, well, what kind of new features would you like on the 501S? So instantly everybody's going to say, oh, they're going to come out with the new 501. And then there's videos everywhere and tons of people talking everywhere. But when we all speculate or we hope for a new drone, or the more we talk about something, the more they realize, okay, there is a target industry for that. Okay, because there's too many people talking about wanting a smaller drone than the Inspire with interchangeable lenses. So we already have established the fact that there is a market for that drone. So it's not a just market off type of thing. We know there's a market for it because people went bananas making videos. We know people want a new upgraded Spark. Yes, it's still selling good. Yes, it's still a phenomenal drone. But the whole point is if you go to the parking lot and you got money in your pocket and you're looking at a 2017 Chevy Corvette, and then right next to it is a 2020 Corvette, which one are you going to buy? You're going to buy the 2020 Corvette. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen every time. And just like I said earlier, if they don't come out with a new drone that I'm hoping for or expecting from them, I'll buy from another company. And that's their loss because they're not listening. You can make all the speculation videos, you can make all the rant videos you want, but the whole point is, at the end of the day, we've already figured out that guys my age, guys Ron's age, Bill's age, everybody else, usually we're the ones with the wallets to buy these drones.
Marcus Crawford proved that when he hit the buy button on the air, right?
Exactly, man.
Bill, so what you're saying, Bill, the more we ramble on about a Phantom 5, the more we may change their minds about making a Phantom 5.
And then, yeah, exactly. And the whole point is I totally understand why people are mad at seeing so many of these vehicles coming from particular areas. Because what they're trying to say is a particular brand doesn't need to build itself on mainly secondhand news and speculation videos. They're just trying to say, just like I was saying, that technically is, I don't know, could you call that creating, or pretty much like all the other drone channels? Because a lot of the upstart channels all will pass out news. Because I noticed that what's his name was on 51 Drones was on earlier. Right. He was talking about speculation and hype and stuff. And so, I mean, we all do it, but I understand how people get stressed about it because we all want it. And right now, just like it's kind of like all the drone reviewers are like, there's like one carcass left in the middle of the pack. And so all the wolves are kind of circling around there, nipping a little piece of here and there just to stay alive. And so they're really wanting that new meat to come flying in. And it's not. So, everybody's like, and everybody's just chewing at each other because there's not that much out there to actually, so that's, just because you've called your channel a drone channel, Doesn't mean that you can't do other stuff. You can make other stuff, do other stuff, but don't sell into YouTube. Just like John was talking about earlier, once you sell into YouTube and you make YouTube your world, then it's got to stay your world, and you can't really have friends. You become a YouTube personality, and you can do that, but you got to eat, sleep, breathe, and be YouTube. I can't do that.
You don't want to be a prisoner of the YouTube.
No, I like getting on Wednesdays. I like looking over here in the chat. I like seeing positive people. I like people being happy, and and how many people? Hey, is it pretty where anybody? Wait a minute, I made an offer on a. Oh wow! I hope you get that, Brian.
Yeah, I saw that too. Brian may get that Xiaomi Mi 4K drone.
Super deal, yeah, for $300 for sure. Brant Ariels, nice to see you in the house. Art, forgot to yell at you earlier.
We got him.
Howdy.
Phantom Hodges drone. We don't think we shouted out.
Yeah, that's what like I said, was talking about that. But yeah, it's like that's why I said freestyle tonight, because I didn't really. We got the action camera thing out of the way, and it's just I feel like when people get on other people's pages and pull this bully stuff, it's just because they're insecure in their own lives. I mean, if people, I've got videos that got more dislikes than they got likes, but I don't care, man. I don't. Right. See, I'm just, YouTube ain't like that for me. I'm just, the whole point is if somebody's got a problem and we can talk to them here and it works out, cool.
Hey, Bill, I want to do a quick survey. You ready for it?
All right, go for it.
Okay, everybody in the chat room, who in the chat room will buy the DJI action camera if it's released on, what's the date of that?
15th.
15th. Who will get their hard-earned cash out or credit card out and plop down for whatever DJI is releasing on the 15th?
That's what Brian's asking about. Brian, we think it's going to be the action camera that everybody's been talking about, and we think it's probably going to be waterproof out of the box, maybe of like, I'm guessing 50 meters. Oh, you don't think that's what it is? I'm not going to buy it either. I'm just saying, but that's what we think it is.
Florida State grad, I can never get his whole name. He's in here. He's a good subscriber to a lot of our shows. Florida State grad 03 is in here. He's a great guy. He is always
FSU's in here a lot. Yes, I noticed that. Yeah, it would have to really. It's like I'm saying, like I've been saying the whole night. Somebody was telling me, somebody was going off on me in Coast to Coast Drones. They were like, see, I told you it wasn't going to be a spark to it. And I was just like, well, here's the thing. They're not going to be getting any of my money then. Then you know what? They just lost money. That's how smart that was.
Yeah. Sullivan says it depends on the price. Bill, can you
see, the thing about it is I guess they're trying to play
for the DJI action camera.
I think what it is they're trained to the millennial crowd, because they're into the mountain biking and the big time vlogging and stuff. So that's what they're shooting for. They're the pre us, I guess, who's starting to make their bucks, but probably doesn't. They don't want to take the time. Like with us, we're willing to stand in one spot and go, and they still want to move around.
Bill, I got a question for the chat. How much do you think that new camera will cost that new action camera will cost from DJI?
There's a good one. Oh,
anybody have an idea? Anybody have a guess on the price?
I'm trying to read what the discussion that Jim and Phantom said. We're talking about something.
Somebody basically screwed Jim.
I hope it was beneficial. I don't know the story. That's why I was trying to read back. I don't want to,
Yeah, Rick's in here with us now. Thank you for joining us, Rick. Rick's also a big subscriber to a lot of the shows. Rick's
underwater drone. The only reason that I don't think it's an underwater drone is because we had Kelly on and we had Rick on, and they both suggested very vehemently that DJI should move into that field. And even 51 Drones was talking about it too, about how they ought to go into that. And if they're under NDA, unless you can direct an NDA, how could they talk about an underwater drone?
Oh, right.
So that's why, because don't you remember when I had Rick on and I was like, okay, you've pretty much confirmed that it's the action camera. And then when I gave him my reasoning, he was like, whoa, don't get me in trouble with DJI now, easy. And that's when I said, okay, we'll blame 51 Drones. Because remember, he said he guaranteed it was an action camera.
Yeah, he did.
So that's why we said, okay, we're just going to blame him. But the way, because remember, I spent all night long trying to figure out the correct wording. And then when I asked him and I said, okay, thank you very much for confirming. And then he was like, whoa, hang on, wait a minute.
Yeah. Then he started pushing on Russ. Right. Yeah, Russ said it. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
John Coopy says he just buys the previous generation GoPro to save money. Like we're on 7 now, so he buys 6.
Well, didn't 7 just drop really majorly? No,
as long you could trade any action camera in and get $100 off. So you could get it for $299 if you trade them in. And it doesn't have to be a GoPro; it could be anybody's action camera.
Yeah, so basically you can go get a $5 action cam and get $100
off. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They've knocked $100 off the price.
Right.
So yeah. So how's DJI going to touch that? Because they're going to come out and they're going to want $800 for this thing.
Right. And DJI, if they drop this, on the 15th, well, GoPro's schedule is released in the fall. Whatever DJI goes, GoPro can, copy it or do even better in the fall. So DJI may
even more twisted. What if they go ahead and do what you're talking about? They drop the action camera now, and in the fall they drop the whole unit.
Ooh. That would really steal the thunder from GoPro. Let's GoPro got back in the drone
thing. That would kill them if it worked.
Yeah.
And that would give them all that extra time to polish the firmware on the camera and polish up the drone and test it too.
Right.
And see, that's what's so. This is the fun thing about speculation. So we've already said. Even Brian, True Drone Reviews has pointed out that the Karma drone is a pretty good drone. They pushed it out too fast. It wasn't already cooked. It wasn't all the way cooked. It needed to cook a little bit longer. Kind of like we've discovered about the Evolve, the X Dynamics Evolve. Did y'all see Ken Heron's video?
I did not see it yet.
Dude, he's like lands it, and it kind of lands kind of hard, and the prop just flies right off of the drone. It literally goes, woo, flies away.
No, I didn't see that.
And then it the first time he flies it out maybe about 500 meters, and it loses signal and comes returned to home.
Oh, the Zeno could beat that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, oh wow, man.
Bill, did you pre-order the Evolve?
No.
Did you get
the microphone? Talking about some stuff you can trade in any action cam. Be a 30 and get a cheap one now. Price way down already on the Hero 7. Yeah.
Hey, John Coopy, when you get rid of your Hero 4 Black, sell it to me. I could put it on my what's that big drone I got from Birdman Cruise? That real big fat drone.
Oh, okay. Floyd said it has to be a digital camera with at least a $99 value.
Okay, John, I could put that that Hero 4 on my Solo. Sell that thing to me when you upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Brian, Quadfather FPV's in the house. If you haven't already checked out Brian's channel, you need to go because I swear he's got these quirky little intros on each one, and they always make me laugh. So they're really cool to check out, man.
I'll be sure to check it out.
You've not watched Brian yet? He hangs out with him and Nemo fly together.
No, I got
it. They fly at what's Neverland. That's what they call it, Neverland. We're doing a video stream. You want to say hi?
Hello.
Come here. No, come here. Can you see this right here? See the light? Can you wave at the light? Wave at the light. Okay, get your headphones. Bring them here. Bring them here. Yeah, easy. Be careful. Okay, we unplug it now. Come here. You know how to turn it on? Show me how to turn it on. Which one? Wait. Look. Let's do this. Here, show me. All right. Okay. All right, cool. We're good now. She wanted her music. What happened? Is anybody still there? Hello.
Yeah, they're still chatting. I'm negotiating with John.
I noticed it got really quiet. I was like, well, I don't hear Ron talking, and I was like, is everybody looking at me?
I'm typing.
Wait a minute. Somebody was laughing. Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said. Anyway, because Phantom Hodges is talking about that review. I swear I was dying, and I was like, everybody's talking about. Ken's even talking about how pretty it is. He's it's like it keeps failing through the whole test, and he's like, but it sure is pretty, and I'm like, boy, you got a pretty drone.
I've seen a couple other reviews on it where the guys are pretty positive about it. So Ken kind of gives it the I don't know, the True Drone Reviews test, huh?
He doesn't have to give it the True Drone Reviews test. It just screws up, man, because it's funny. Because he's like, okay, and they're talking about how pretty it is and how powerful it is, and it's sleek, and so they take off and and they take off and he flies. He's like I said, about 500 meters, and it's like lost the signal, and everybody's like, lost the signal? Huh? What? Huh? And they're like, yeah, lost. And they go, well, what is it doing? Is it returning to home? Well, I think, yeah, I think it's returning to home. Yeah, it's returning to home. So finally gets back and it's over their heads, and he's like, okay. Should I end the return to home or not? No, okay, well, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and let it land. So it gets down to literally, it like the last 15 feet, it literally accelerates towards the ground, and it hits hard and like bounces, and the prop just flies off of it, and flies up about 30 feet into the air, and they find it like way over here somewhere.
This sounds like must-see TV, Bill.
It's hilarious, man. I thought I was going to die.
Bill, let me ask you. I'm going to put you in spot. Let me ask you a question. You ready?
What? Yeah.
How much would you pay for the Evolve? Be honest.
After seeing Ken Heron's video, $500.
500.
I mean, to be honest with you, here's what I think. I think Evolve needs to talk to DJI and make controllers for DJI and forget making drones.
Let me ask the chat room something. Who in the chat is interested in getting the Evolve drone, or does anybody already have the Evolve drone in the chat? Again, chat room, what's your opinion on the Evolve drone if you've seen any of the videos? Bill says it's
John's getting a Tiny Hawk. We're gonna be Tiny Hawk buds. And then, okay, Brian, did you mean to type what you typed in the room? Are you trying to be cute? Oh, the range was horrible. Range was horrible on what? On that
on the Evolve.
Brian flies race quads though. That's why I was kind of like,
okay.
He might have watched that though.
We did. Brian Singleton needs to get that Evolve.
No, you know when Brian's going to get the Evolve? When you pick it up on
eBay.
Yeah, or like Vipon.
Hey, Bill, I bet you that flying egg Brian has is better drone than the Evolve. You ever see that big flying drone he has? Flying egg?
Oh, Nemo showed up too.
Nemo's here. Hello, Nemo.
We're talking about DJI Action Cam Day. We're talking about how you need to really be a creator and not follow YouTube's pattern, like all these YouTube branding channels are telling you to do. Be nice to your fellow drone pilots because you might need to lean on them someday. And what else?
Drones flying.
Oh yeah. Drone parks use off-season ski resorts as drone parks. The 15th of May is coming out. G. The 15th of May, it will be on.
Oh, Nemo says the new cam's coming out.
Yes, you were talking about that when Rick was on. Phantom Hodges was talking about that when Rick was on, that you can't even get the Evolve in Canada. Only DJI drones are approved.
Really?
Yeah. You know what you said? I think that's what you were talking about before. It's 20. Oh, you talking about? We don't know. We're guessing, but since it's DJI, what, $800?
Hey, $800. Okay, you put what's the over under $800? Who's in and who's under and who's over at $800?
Okay, yeah. What do we? Okay, what's the price? Give us a price point. We're figuring. Are we going to say 1-inch sensor, Ron? Is it going to have that big one? Because I can't see in there far enough.
If you're going to take GoPro, if you're going to take the Hero 7 down, you got to come hard, right, Bill?
Yeah.
You got to come strong. You can't come in you can't come up basically with the same specs.
Hasselblad Tech.
Oh, the Hasselblad.
We forget they own the company now.
Yeah.
They own the company.
Hey, Bill, I know you're cleaning your glasses, but I asked the guys in the group, so I get the Evolve instead of the Mavic 2, and the guy got a lot of hell knows.
Oh, no, I'm just guessing because it's got the DJI tag on it, John, that they're going to say they got to get $800. And they're going to be like, other people would say because it's got that name on it, you got to pay big bucks for it.
Koopy says under 300. Would you buy for under 300, Bill?
Yeah.
You're in
better than the 7. But if it's not, I'll go find a way to get a 7 for under 300. But I'm not going to go spend. I'm not going to go blow $100 on an action cam just to get. No, I won't do that.
I wonder if you could trade the Pocket in for the Hero 7.
No.
No,
I'm getting with see, that's the thing about DJI, and people will be like, "Oh, you should have waited. You didn't." The whole point is when you buy the product, you get to see it progress. Right. Just like the Tello, people who don't normally update the firmware with the Tello regularly, they don't see how it's advanced. Like I love the Tello. When I first got the Tello, it was horrible. It reminded me of the Eye. The toilet bowl, the optical flow was horrible. It would fly really good for about 3 minutes, and then the rest of it was like, no, don't hit anything. And then with each one, it got better. And now it's like a little rock. I love it. And you can actually fly it up to, 200 feet, and it'll stick in the air.
Wow.
Now, much over about an 8-mile-an-hour wind, and it's going to fade, but it'll stay up there pretty decent.
Rick says the Evolve controller is worth $499 just on its own.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking they need to build DJI's controllers for their new stuff. Okay, the X Dynamics controller. Yeah, I'd say it is worth that much, maybe a little bit more. But I don't think the DJI Smart Controller is worth $649 or $600 and whatever dollars. I think it's worth maybe $500.
Yeah, $649. Do you think that price will come down on a Smart Controller at some point?
I don't know. I've just been hoping that they would actually, consider it an accessory. I don't know, because they've got it on the consumer page under the accessories.
An accessory? What's an accessory?
And I feel like going and saying, okay, that's what kills me about Select, man. I'm like, we all knew the Smart Controller existed. Remember, we saw it in the pictures.
Right.
And everybody came out with the speculation videos. But there, because there was hard, cold fact there. So I just wish DJI was cool to the people that bought a Mavic 2 Zoom or a Mavic 2 Pro in the beginning, and all they got to do is send them a letter and say, hey, would you be interested in sending in your controller and getting the Smart Controller at a discounted price? Because you didn't have the opportunity when you invested in us and our product the day we released it. And you might have even been expecting the Smart Controller at that time, but you didn't get it, and you still had faith and gave us your money.
Bill, some people would call that doing the right thing.
Yeah, they would.
Hey, Bill, we got RD drone reviews in the house.
Ron's in the house.
Ron's in the house with us.
Phantom 5. Wait a minute. Dan said Phantom 5 Oh no, I don't think. I'm just saying that we know there's a market for a drone with interchangeable lenses, a smaller drone than the actual Inspire. We didn't say there was actually going to be a Phantom 5. We didn't even bring up anything about Phantom the whole night long. We're just saying that, there's already been proof that there's a market for that kind of drone with all the hype that came on about it. There's already been enough people they're chomping at the bit to buy a Phantom type drone with interchangeable lenses. They're just waiting with their wallets. And I mean, everybody's standing out there saying, don't wait, don't wait. But the whole point is those are the people that control their wallet. You can tell them all day long that they need to do this and they need to do that, but they're going to do what they want to. And you got to convince them. And it's just one of them things.
Brian Singleton says he wants the Phantom 5.
Nope, no Russian collusion here, brother. No Russian collusion here at all.
How about obstruction?
No obstruction. We're wide open here at Drone Therapy. We always let it hang out.
Bill and I just want to make it clear: we don't have any contacts. We don't have any inside information. We're just a bunch of two old guys talking crazy stuff.
Yeah, and it's just, and we're having fun. That's like it's fun to speculate, but like we were talking about earlier today, if you get some news, give credit to that news source, because those are the people that busted their butt to get that news. You don't need to come out and make a video because you think it's going to get. Okay, here's this time of day when my phone rings and my wife grabs it. Hopefully, I have 2 rings. Yes.
That's actually.
But you don't have to be the first one because you think it's going to get 10,000 hits. Don't do that, man. Point people in the direction you got the news from. Give those people the credit, and that way we won't have to. Nobody will be stepping on everybody else to be the first one to get this video out. Like today makes sense. Because DJI released cold, hard facts. So everybody released videos, it makes sense because that's the news. That's what we've all been chomping at the bit for, like I was talking about all night long. There's nothing really new in the drone field that we can all grab onto. So all the wolves in the pack got that one little carcass right there that they're all trying to get meat off of. And so everybody's snapping at everybody. And they're just waiting on some new meat to come flying in so that we can all go back to the way we were. So until that time gets here, can we get past all the bickering? And, I just want to make my channel the way I want to make my channel. And I'm sorry, you can scream and holler and bitch and moan all you want, but it's going to be the way I want to make my channel. You can put 50 million dislikes on my page. YouTube's not my world. I love drones, and I love sharing the fact that I love drones with everybody else. There's a lot of people out there that feel the same way. So hate me all you want. I'm still going to do what I want to do. But that's
we gotta say goodnight to Art. Art's got to run. He's got to go to bed. So thanks for joining us, Art. It was always a pleasure having you in here with us. And get a good night's sleep.
And please go check out Art had some giveaways and stuff here recently. He's really doing some major stuff with his channel. He's been showing up on Claude Drone Effects with Claude some mornings. He's been hanging out with Lloyd and Mel some. Mel's been getting back on some. So please go check out some 400 AGL. Go check out some Grumpy Vlogger Lloyd Mendenhall. Go check out some Artco Drone Effects.
Our show's on what, Saturday at 6 6 Eastern Standard Time, or I believe, or if you're still there, tell us what time your show's on. And Bill, we got confirmation in the chat while you were on your last rant. RD Drones is reporting that he's confirming that it is an action camera coming from DJI.
Oh, Ryan has confirmed?
Ryan has confirmed. Go back.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan.
Okay,
Ryan,
thank you for coming in, Bill the Drone Viewer. Tell Val feel better. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, I hope Val's doing well. Give her our best.
But
Art put his thing up. He's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 in Midwest. Mountain time. What's MDT? Is that mountain?
Yeah. Ryan was saying he saw an article about it yesterday. But yeah, we pretty much had pretty much found out that it doesn't really make any sense to me, but I don't think I'm the target audience with this particular one.
Hey, Bill, Marcus has to go too. It's dinner time. Good night, Marcus. Thanks for stopping by, checking the show out. And we'll see you on Drone Nation soon.
Yeah, Xeno Nation. Oh, so it's going to be Drone Nation.
No, I just made it. I say the nation every time. Could be a Nafi Nation.
Yeah, God, that's what y'all to do. Drone Nation. That's pretty cool. But make it instead of just drop the E and make it Drone Nation.
Oh, you gotta make a trailer for that.
Yeah, something like that. So, well, no, we'll make that. That's going to be the network. We'll make it the Dronation Network.
I like that.
And this is what I was talking.
Can we use the term network now?
Huh?
We may not be able to use the term network.
Why not?
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking about, okay, well, even so, we'll just call it Dronation then. I don't care. I was thinking about we could get a channel. Pick up the phone. Right.
It's DJI calling you, Bill.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's
confirming the action camera.
Off. Good to see you in the house. But what I was going to say is that, no, I will not sign the NDA.
Hey, Bill, we got Big J's DJI experience that he's in Spain. We got somebody from Spain with us tonight.
Oh, very cool. Glad to have you in the house. What I was saying is we get a channel. Y'all, okay, this is all you folks. Because anybody that's got a drone show that's been doing this is just an idea I had. Get 2 or 3 of your good friends that you work with and do stuff with regularly. Get a channel that all of you can have access to, and put you some shows on that channel, and then have use Streamlabs or OBS or something like that. Okay, and then say one show, say like Xeno Nation, say on Drone Nation on Mondays we would have Xeno Nation. Okay, I would come in and be in the background with Ron and Marcus and maybe a guest in Skype, and we would run their show through that channel, but I wouldn't be on the show. I'd be directing the show and switching the channels and switching the screens in the background, and they would be running their show. Okay, and say say Wednesday night when me and Ron would be on, maybe Marcus would be in the background, being the director, running the show, switching the channels and the screens and whatnot. And then, so you give each channel more exposure that way. Then you feed off of that one channel onto your other channels and build your overall network higher.
So drone users helping other drone users. Helping other channels.
So yeah, and kind of like if anybody got to see, Roland Thiessen was trying to do something similar to that. He called it Drone TV, but YouTube didn't like it because he was kind of taking feeds from a bunch of different FPV pilots and running the videos, so get his views up. And I think they popped him, and he had to move over to Twitch or something like that. But what I'm talking about is you. So you have you've got Xeno Nation, Ron. So on Monday, you and Marcus would come on with a guest, and we would run it through the Dronation channel. I would be in the background switching, we'd started out, this is Xeno Nation with Ron Brown, and it would be keyed in on you. And then you'd say, and I'm passing it to Marcus Crawford, and hit a button and it switches over, fades over to Marcus. Okay, we're going to show this video, whatnot. So it would be basically more like a show. But during the show, you would send people to your guest's channel. You'd be sending people to your channel, Ron, and Marcus's channel, plus whatever, Xeno-based stuff you wanted to advertise during that period in time. So yes, you would be helping out the drone community, but each little click, as it were, because it seems like, we all have, I've noticed that these little drone panels seem to have a lot of the same core people, in their little group. So why not? Because like the Canadian Drone Hub, another one of our friends that we hang out with and do stuff with, is they kind of spread the wealth, and they've got a few different people that do stuff. So that's what I'm talking about. But instead of being a 6-year-old trying to tell people how they should do their stuff, do your own stuff. create your own stuff, because if you're not creating, you can't really point the finger at other people, because you don't give them the opportunity to point the finger at your work, and that's just kind of cowardly, actually. If you're a true creator, then create. Don't critique other people's work. Critique your own work. Make your own work better, because that's going to make you a better person. It's going to make the drone community better. I'm not going to, the whole point is, I'm a stubborn old man. The only person I'm going to listen to is me and my wife. So
Right.
it's like beating a brick wall. It's useless for you to waste a breath if I can't come back at you. It's just something that's fun for those people, and that's kind of not really good for this community. I want to be happy, positive, and upbeat about it all the time. I don't need to be down about it. If it's the way people got to be, then they can go hide in their own little dark world, because I'll just cut it out. I don't need it. And plenty of people are that way. I don't want to shut things like that out of my life, but it's petty and childish, and there's no need for it. We need to get along in this community. There's too many things stacked against us. There's too much big money trying to keep us as the hobbyist from being able to get out and have fun every day, to have that release that we need to get rid of the stress of the day that we have to deal with from the 9 to 5. We don't need to fight with each other. We can help each other. We can guide each other, but we don't need to stand up on a soapbox like we're some kind of preacher on Sunday morning back in the 60s. It's throwing fire and brimstone from the top of the mound. We don't need that. We need everybody to be free thinking, free flowing, coming up with new ideas to keep us all in the air. We don't need to find ways to give them an excuse to put us on the ground forever. The more we fight amongst ourselves about who's doing the right thing and who's doing the wrong thing, the more we're just arming big business to come up with big money to say, they're just a safety hazard. Take this guaranteed money from us and make them go away. So we got to get together. This is crazy.
Ken,
oh my goodness, Ken.
Original Dobo just said you just described Mean Girls.
Well, that's kind of cool. But it's like Braun was saying earlier. I've not censored. There's been a lot of banter going on in the chat. Yes, I've looked over and seen a thing or two, but we're not about censorship here. We're not about appeasing a certain group or whatever. We're here to talk and let it flow, man. And if people can work their stuff out, great. I'm willing. Anybody that wants to come on here and talk about stuff, I gotta tell you something else. This is what's funny. We're kind of going into like the 3rd season of this. My wife had this crazy idea because she loves all the Housewives reality shows. So she suggested that we have a drone therapy reunion show, Housewives style, where she is the host, kind of like Andy Cohen, and we would get like me and Dan and maybe Neil and Billy, Ken and Bill, and then we would all come on, and then we would all have like a Housewives style drone therapy reunion show. Something tells me that would be hilarious.
Anybody out there in the chat, you up for that? Who's up for it? Who would dare take that mission?
Yeah, Brian had a Rodney King flashback.
Oh, Eric the Red RC's in the house with us tonight. Hello, Eric. Eric's been putting up some good boat videos recently. Everybody, check out Eric's most recent boat videos.
And on that small little lake too, man, he's ripping that little boat.
Oh, Eric only knows how to drive or ride one style. He only knows how to rip.
Oh yeah, and walk out onto a grass bed and only go knee deep into the water.
I didn't know you could do. Hey, Eric, I didn't. When you walked out on that grass bed, I didn't even know that was possible. I grew up in the country. You're my hero.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I got a kick out of that. That was pretty cool.
Birdman says Eric knows how's it going, bro.
Who was he talking? To Yeah, I'm glad to see Eric in the house.
Hey, Eric, you need to come on this show sometime.
Eric never shows his face. I've begged Eric, I don't know how many times, man. He's always like, yeah, maybe. I might consider, nah, it's not my thing. And then I'll get about halfway talked into it again and be like, nah.
I heard Eric's a very handsome man.
Awkward pause.
from his wife.
That was kind of funny. Was that because I looked at you looked at me and was like, okay.
We have anything else to talk about, Bill?
Here's the thing. Let's get past all this other. FeMe X8. How much? Okay, that's $500 as opposed to the Xeno being right at $300 now, right?
Well, people have been buying that FeMe X8 for like
all right, Dan.
$425. Dan's gone. Dan's leaving. They've been buying that thing for $425, but we've seen the Xeno for as low as $250. So if you're going, the best price point ever was $425 for the X8. The best price ever for the Xeno was like about $250.
Yeah, so for the money, you can't beat a Xeno. And I don't see okay. It's gonna run. That's why that's like people are saying you don't want to. There's no way there's going to be a new Spark, and I'm like, another couple of firmwares and Xeno is going to be sitting on top of Spark running 4K,
3-axis gimbal.
Yeah. So I'm like, and if they come out with a Generation 2 Xeno with a better gimbal on it, that's not quite so jello-y, then they got it locked down. I do like how they've got those the shock absorbers and that more secure gimbal on the X8.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what? Yeah, we have seen it once or twice for that cheap too.
Eric the Red said he actually is handsome and he's buff also.
Oh God.
Well, he's a USPS driver, so he's lifting heavy boxes all day. I'm sure Eric is real buff.
Oh no! You missed. Go back a couple. It says I used to be.
Oh, is he? Could he be an older man at this point in his life?
He's a bucket list boy. We're all bucket list boys at heart. We just don't all know it yet.
Who's the youngest person in this chat room? Is Drone Pool? Are you the youngest person in here? Who? John's the youngest person in here, probably.
Wait a minute. Did you see this?
What happened?
Are you saying that the X8's already on back order again?
Wow. See,
no,
it doesn't matter how good the X8 is if you can't get it.
Yeah. It's not gonna matter.
John's the rape old age of 30 years old, Bill. You remember 30?
Vaguely. But I think I burnt that wing up about last summer. Oh, goodness.
Oh, Ryan's 47. Ryan, you're a young man, 47. Wish I was 47.
Hey, I just want to sign up for stem cell research. I'll happily get younger. I won't have any issues with it. I mean, I just like I said, I'd love for them to give me new knees and a new spine, especially a new spine. The doctor was happy with my brain, though. I was like, oh, that was kind of cool.
A new brain, just give me a new spine.
No, he was really good. He was kind of odd about my brain. It was kind of weird. He's like, you really have a beautiful brain. You have a brain of a 20-year-old. And I was like,
is that the doctor you walked out on, Bill?
Well, hey, because this is what's even weirder, man. He was like, have you ever considered donating your organs to science? Can I go home? I did. I was like, oh, can I leave now?
Bill, I would have said to him, do you mean right now?
Well, no. I was just, because I had all my, I signed to give all my organs away. I was like, if they can find something that'll benefit somebody else, go for it. But yeah, it was kind of funny because I'd never seen how an MRI works before. Yes, I know this is off the drone subject. Sorry, guys. I'll stop in a second. But it was kind of cool because he was like using the scroll wheel to like roll through the layers of my brain. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then he was like, he showed me the whole brain and he was telling me what was here and what was here. And he was like, you know, this is this way and this is this way. And, you know, I was like, oh, cool, cool. And then, you know, it was really cool. And then he was like, oh, you have a beautiful brain. And I'm like, really, really cool and happy. And then he was like, have you ever considered donating your organs to science? And I was like, I feel like I'm in Phantasm or something. What's going on? I was like, where's the guy with the saw going? Yeah. Then the nurse comes in a little bit later and goes, I sent the last guy home. There's nobody else here. Can I leave? And I'm serious. When I walked out, there was nobody else there.
It kind of spooky, huh?
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm like, I'm not going to make an appointment at the end of the day ever again.
Okay, folks, this week in medical issues is over for right now. Back to regularly scheduled programming.
Oh, wow. Oh, Ethan Mitchell. Ethan Mitchell, what's up? Glad to see you. FSU grad is 40. My body hurts like I'm 60. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I understand that one.
Were you aware that Ethan Mitchell got a big shout out on Russ's 51 Drones' recent video?
No, I did not realize that.
He said,
Ethan.
He said up and coming like YouTubers, and he shouted out Ethan Mitchell's channel. Congrats, Ethan, for getting that shout out. You deserve it, buddy. You got a great channel. I watched a lot of your Anafi videos recently. You do a great job. That shout out was well deserved. Go ahead, Bill.
I'm subscribed. I am not subscribed, but I just clicked that button live on the air, and now I'm subscribed, Ethan. So I will check you out. Good Lord. Man, you talk about some growth. Man, this is getting to be an awkward stream tonight.
True growth has to go. Good night, Brian.
386 subscribers. That's some good views. Oh, very cool. Got a little bit of everything. Oh, you got a bunch. See, that's the only thing. In order to be, it seems like in order to be, I salute you for having all those drones. But I'm thinking, man, in order to have a successful drone channel on YouTube, okay, you got Mavic 2, what, $1,500. Altel Evo, $1,000. Spark, $400. Anafi, $500. Man, just to keep your channel alive, you got to blow ridiculous amounts of money. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, I got to have the next new. And then when I realized that if DJI didn't come out with a drone, then I'm not going to buy one. I realized I knew. But anyway, yes, I'm subscribed to you now, Ethan. I've been in ramble mode tonight. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Spoiler, Ethan won big. I love that. I gotta fix that.
Ken says, spoiler, Ethan won big in Vegas.
I know. I had to fix something there. That was hilarious. I had to fix something there. I don't see. That's something else. Has anybody noticed, like, sometimes channels that you're subscribed to, you'll come back to and you're no longer subscribed to those channels? Or you'll not only that, but you'll have moderators to your channel that may or may not have been on your channel in a while, and then suddenly they're no longer moderators, or yeah. And I'm like, what is going on here anymore? And it's like I said, as far as the I think that these YouTube branding channels, that tell you, okay, you got to do this way, this way, this way. Then, to me, a creator, and this is what I was talking about you earlier, Ken. And you need to try to rest some, dude, because you're walking that line between the pro world and the hobby world. You're trying to pump out videos for your professional side. You're trying to pump out videos for your hobby side, and you look like you're kind of withering away, my friend. And I'm just worried about you. Looks like you're having fun, because I've noticed that the old Ken's kind of coming out of the woodwork in the comments. But yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, that's what's so cool about, because that's creators. And Ken's kind of been stressed about some things too, because you know, those speculation videos that, you know, you don't have to be the first one to put out a news video. You don't have to be the first one to put out a speculation video. It's okay to do once in a while because it's good for the hobby. It tells the manufacturers what we want in a drone. But don't make your bread and butter off of being the first one to deliver the news that's for that modification. Don't make your own video and say that you did it all. Like the trailer I made. The only thing that's pinned underneath it is where because like I love watching Film Sensei, Jay Haynes. So that's part of where I made the trailer. Now I did some stuff to it myself to kind of make it my own and different from his. But the basic stuff, you can go to that link and use the same software that I use to make your own kind of introductions pretty much systematically like he taught. That's giving him credit for what I did. If anybody wants to know how I added and did some stuff different in mine, give me a holler. I got no problem talking to you about it. You know, it's no issue at all. I'm just not big into the tutorial stuff like that. But people are, you know, what they're saying is they're getting stressed because they feel like you're trying to steal somebody else's thunder. And like all I'm trying to say is I know a lot of people out there are trying to give tough love, but I'm just like I know some people are set in their way. It's hard for them to go a different direction or something, but they're going to try. We're all going to try. Let's all just support each other and have each other's backs. And hell, that would be cool. Let's get like 10,000 drone pilots all together in like a drone pilots march. That's it. We need a drone pilots march on DC, and we'll all hand launch when we get to the end of the march. And we'll say we want to have hobby pilots have their space in the air because we're all united. Yes, we need a drone pilots march. We came up with it here.
We need that kind of marching music, that real dramatic.
But you get what I'm saying? There's the whole point is we're splintering off into all these little groups instead of being a big unit with a voice that's gonna matter.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna, if like I said, they're gonna just pick us off piece by piece if we keep doing this.
So you said we need to be like the Avengers. We need to all join our special powers together.
Yeah, we need to put all our Wonder Drone powers together and activate. Wonder Drone powers activate. So yes, and you got to be really old to understand that one.
We'll explain it to the young people sometime.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we still got a lot of people in here chatting back and forth.
Well, no, that's just what I'm saying, man. It's just too much bickering going on. And common sense tells you that fighting is not going to get anybody's goals reached. And that's what I've yet to figure out. Everybody's like, no, I'm right. No, I'm right. Well, then nobody's going to get anywhere. Everybody's just going to keep fighting and arguing and griping and moaning and bitching and hollering and screaming. And meh. I don't care about that. I like getting the batteries out, getting them charged up, plugging them in, and flying. And the more we start fighting and saying, you need to do your stuff this way. No, you need to do your stuff this way. No, you need to do your stuff this way. Then we're not going to get any flying done.
Right. And listen, if you have a problem with somebody's channel, there's an unsubscribe button there.
Well, I'm not saying no. I'm not going to tell anybody to run off. It's a free country. That's cool. But the whole point is you can only beat your head against the wall so many times until you get a hole in your head. You know, I mean, how many times do you have to say stuff or the same type of stuff? You know, you've made your point. If somebody's going to listen, then they'll listen. If they're not, they're not. It's not, I'm just saying YouTube for me personally is not worth that kind of stress. Other people, it may be. I don't know. I'm not trying to be anything like that. I love talking about every kind of drone known to man. Big thing, I'd love to try a boat. I don't know for sure where I could try a boat other than my bathtub, but I'd like to get a boat. I'm not so sure. I can't really get into the crawlers and the ground vehicles so much. I don't know why. Maybe it's just that kind of thing. But I wouldn't mind having a boat.
You get a boat,
marine or something to play with.
You definitely get a boat. Or maybe you should get that new GGI submarine that's coming out on the 15th. I didn't say that. I didn't. I withdraw that. I'm under NDA. I can't speak about GGI submarines.
Oh no. Oh shoot. Well, we've been on for a while. I guess it's been like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we talked everybody to death here.
Oh, that kid was like, send me a link. Nah, we just been bickering. And it was just one of them. It was what we call it freestyle night tonight. I see some else. Yeah, just like two penny people. Like if you're subscribed to 1,500 channels, there's no way you can watch all those videos. I mean, I know how people are when they'll go watch your videos and they'll be like, oh man, I really wish I had so many views, or, you know, yeah, it makes anybody feel good when I've had one video that got over 1,000 views and I was like, woo, woo, you know, I talked about it for 2 or 3 days. So I know what it feels like. So yeah, it makes sense, but I don't know. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Glad to see all these people in here. We'll come up with something odd and strange next week. But hey, Ken, like I said, mention it to Billy, man. We ought to do this drone therapy reunion housewife style, man. What do y'all think? I think that would be hilarious.
That might be good.
My wife is this cute little Filipino lady, so she's got an accent. And of course, all of us are on different parts of the country, so
we all got accents.
It's going to be really funny hanging in there with that. I guess we'd have to put it like age restricted because it might get a little randy.
That could be a great season ender, right, Bill?
I don't think we're really going to do a season ender. Remember, we were talking about that. We're going to kind of go through summer and see how it goes, and yeah. I'm
going to be moving the week of June 5th, so I may have to take the week of June 5th off.
Where are you going to move to?
Well, I have 2 houses, so I'm downsizing to 1 house.
Oh,
so I already lived in Jersey Shore half the time. Now I'm just going to live there full time. So
yeah, I hate
downsizing.
I hate having that problem going from 2 houses down to 1 house. No, it would have. The thing about that sucks here is what we paid for this house. We probably could have bought 2 houses.
Right. And you could buy 2 houses, you just couldn't pay the taxes on them.
Well, I mean, because we're so, I don't know what it is, because we're so close to Boeing, we're so close to the new airport. I don't know, but every house in this neighborhood is ridiculously priced.
And I may move to Florida eventually and go down there and harass Ken Dono and Bill the Drone Reviewer and harass those guys.
Well, my wife has actually mentioned about maybe going to Florida sometime because
we can all live in the same over 55 development.
Well, no, she's still. I'm sure somewhere in the back of her head she's got Hawaii as a plan, but I'm not gonna. Once she's got the money stashed somewhere and she tells me we can go do it, then I'll be like, cool, because she's the one that figures all that one out. But yeah. So of course not. Just watch what you like. Yeah, exactly. So just everybody try to support as many people as you can. Watch what you like Ken was saying in the chat. I watch what I like. We all pretty much do. Like if there's something that you want to know about, you get on, you Google, you know, how to do this or how to do that, how to update this firmware, how to modify this way, and you'll watch that video. And you might see a channel that you like the thumbnail, or you might see a channel that, you know, the description's cool, and you'll subscribe to them. And you'll watch 2 or 3 of their videos, and they'll subscribe to you, and they'll watch 2 or 3 of your videos. But I've come to notice that there's just no way to watch everybody's vehicle and support the way a lot of people on here expect. And it's all because people have this strange little delusion, I guess, for lack of a term, that they're going to become YouTube stars and make a lot of money. But you're going to have what? 40, 50, 60,000 subscribers before you make any kind of a decent paycheck from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's about right. You're going to have that many people. So I'm trying to figure out why people are picking at each other when, you know, I've noticed, say that's, I guess, something else with the drone field, that we all kind of get in little, like the little clicks I was talking about. Like you'll gravitate from one channel to another, and the smaller channels will kind of get into a group, and then they'll all kind of circulate through that group. What's happening is we're not able to kind of bridge that gap between the groups, and I don't know what you could do to do that. And I just, like I said, I guess part of it is where there's drone pilots all over the world, and there's different times, and it's hard for us to get together. That's what confuses me about this bickering and fighting that splinters us up even more. I mean, I get where people are trying to say, okay, you know, this is what you do to make a YouTube channel or whatever, but that's what you decided to do, not what I decided to do. Let me decide for me. Let me create what I want to create. You create what you want to create, and we'll call each other creators. That's support.
Or Bill, what's called freedom creation.
Well, I'm just, you know, I need to. I don't see why we don't need to. We don't have to be kumbaya. You know, I didn't mean like that, but we need to be all, you know, like two drone pilots can agree to disagree, but if somebody jumps on one of those drone pilots, the pilot that disagreed with him needs to come and have his back. You know, like if a cop comes up and he says, hey, you're doing something wrong, then the drone pilots need to get together and go, no, we're doing the right thing. Just because the two pilots disagree doesn't mean they shouldn't support each other. That's part of our problem.
Exactly. Who knows anybody for any length of time that doesn't disagree with them on something? Disagreement is just a natural thing of life. You know somebody for a long time, you're going to disagree on something. You can't agree 100% with somebody else on everything. That's impossible.
Well, I guess part of what I don't understand is I created my channel. It's up to me whether it fails or succeeds. And at the end of the day, no matter whose advice I take, no matter who I listen to, if it succeeds or fails, it's because of my effort and my effort alone. So if I make a mistake and I post the wrong video or I do the wrong thing, then that's a learning experience for me. I don't need somebody to give me a shortcut, because later on down the road, when I hit that bump in the road again, I'm not going to know what to do. But this whole thing, that's the whole point of being an artist or a creator or anything. You got to fail tenfold more than you succeed before you start finding your own formula to get it right. And like I said, if you got 1 million subscribers or 2 million, like I guarantee you, Casey Neistat's not going to come out here and say, I know everything about being a perfect YouTube star and you got to do exactly what I say. He's going to say, you got to bust your butt. And you got to be true to yourself. And that's all I'm saying. I know that I need to, if I spent more time and put more effort in, I could probably make better videos and get more views. But I also like spending time with my grandkids and my sons and my daughter-in-laws and my wife, and talking to family and flying my drones. And like I said, if I become popular and they can ride along with me, great. But if not, I enjoy talking to you all. That's it.
Well said. Well said, Bill.
All right. So what do you think? Good until next week?
I think we talked about everything we could talk about until next week. And what will date be next Wednesday, Bill? Will it be the 15th by then?
Oh.
Or the 9th?
Oh my goodness, it's the exact day.
So we will have Bill and I will be coming on this show with whatever DJI releases that day. We will have it in our hands on the show.
Yes, and it will be just, see, you can see it right now.
Yeah.
It's actually masked out with the video because I've got that good now. You can't see it here.
Bill and I will be doing a live unboxing of the new DJI products next Wednesday night.
Yeah, really.
Next episode.
And then Ron's going to slap me across the face and say, wake up, wake up. All right, folks. Yes, we'll know for sure next Wednesday what the new product is, and the speculation to whether or not there'll be a new drone released anytime in the near future will begin. And maybe so instead of us getting a new caribou in the middle of the wolf pack. I guess we're just going to get a rabbit next week.
Bill and I won't have any real information, but we'll have a bunch of crazy talk.
Yeah, and whatever we probably have. I'm sure that Marcus and them will have a few updates from the FEMA world stuff. Maybe we'll get Marcus back on. Maybe we'll any new drone pilots out there or anybody new and interesting that might want to get on here. You can reach me at drone therapy at, let me make sure. I think it's just Gmail or no, drone therapy at Outlook. I do believe.
Hey, Bill, never mind. We already have Eric the Red scheduled.
Oh, we do? Did he confirm?
Eric just confirmed he's coming on next week.
Unbox my way. Yeah, you see that? Unbox my way.
Eric unboxed a new racing boat next live on drone therapy next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. G came back and said, "Y'all still here? Just checking."
We're never leaving.
Yeah, we here. We're gonna take care of it. I don't know. We'll come up with something. It may just be me and Ron jabbering again next week. I don't know. But I kind of was in a funk this last week, over this other stuff. So hopefully we'll get back on track. And like I said, we're kind of going to float through summer, kind of test drive and stuff. And the reason that I was calling season 3 Evolution is we already established that old guys like drones. And drone therapy is the thing, because that's why, it's drones are therapeutic, yada, yada. So that's why it's evolution. It's just another thing. Thanks for everybody showing up in the chat. I will pass it back to Ron for his good nights, and we will end this madness.
Thank you so much for having me on again, Bill. It's an honor to be on drone therapy. And I want to thank everybody in chat tonight. And I want to give a special shout out to John Coopy, who was the first person in the chat room today. He stayed for the entire hour and a half, more than an hour and a half. John should get some kind of award, Bill. We should send him something in the mail for being here this whole time. But
I did, Ron. I purchased from his affiliate link for my batteries.
So we already took care of John.
Yeah.
So John was obligated to stay all night. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. John was obligated. He was sponsored. He was sponsored to be here tonight.
This show is sponsored by John Coopy.
Yeah.
So
this episode is sponsored by John Coopy. That's right, John Coopy. John Coopy reviews and modifications. Check out John's stuff.
And battery salesman.
Yes, in battery sales.
Okay, so I'm going to pass it back to Bill for the final words of the night, and we will see everybody next Wednesday, the 15th, DJI Day.
Yes, we will be speculating and talking about what they actually came out with and maybe some other craziness. And I'm glad to have everybody here, and everybody love everybody. And let's don't forget about that drone march. Peace.